Mike's Daily Podcast.
Well, it's good to be back, everyone, because I wasn't gone very long. Was just a day. I had so much to do that...
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Wow, it's Mike Matthews. Here we are on a Tuesday. What did I do on my Monday? It just got out of hand, so I had no podcast time with you. So sad. I am going to do one today, though. I'm in Podcastro Valleymont, the last place on earth. That's where we are.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Let's see, we've got... Oh, I heard an interesting thing today about the wonders of sleep and
Mike's
how we
Daily
need to...
Podcast.
Oh, I found a good podcast picture.
Yeah!
We need time to calm down. I'm going to take this picture from Santa Cruz. How about that? Santa Cruz, you can see that at mikesdailypodcast.com. They mentioned that in order to sleep, we oftentimes need to take the worry out of the sleep time and put the worry in the middle of the day. I found that interesting, so that you've spaced it all out and you spend a good amount of time getting out everything that worries you, everything that wakes you up in the middle of the night. Just get that all out in your head, maybe write it down, plot it out, deal with it head on. The stuff you worry about, just write it down. I find that fascinating. The stuff that bugs you in the middle of the day. You have to find some time, though. You don't want to do it when everybody's, hey, Mike, I need you to do this. Mike, help me out here. Mike. You know, just you need that quiet time. I guess it's sort of like meditation, but the opposite, because there was no way I'd be able to meditate with all that going on. Another thing was, when you are trying to fall asleep, focus on your breathing, that deep breathing. So when you deep breathe, this, and I heard this on NPR driving into work today, so you know it's true. But no, this one expert said something, and it made a lot of sense, because I think I've tried this and it actually worked.
And here's today's podcast picture.
If you are focusing on your breaths and you count each time you breathe, sort of like counting sheep, but you're counting the breaths, and you focus on it, like the first couple times your mind starts to wander, and you got to bring yourself back to counting, and eventually you'll fall asleep, she said. This expert. I didn't catch her name, no. But yes. So I think that's something like that is what we need to remember in today's world, where so much is going on, and we're working from home, and we don't have any barriers, because there's, I got to answer that email and take care of that thing, and Basil needs this. My elderly dog still gets a bark out now and then, which he sends out to you. So you might be wondering, hey, I'm hearing about all these protests. I want to jump on the bandwagon. I want to help out and protest. Have you feel the protests have left you behind? That big one that happened down the street you wanted to be a part of? You didn't want to break windows, though, of course, or set anything afire. Maybe you wanted to throw something at someone, but you didn't, because you practiced restraint. Good for you. But Yahoo Life has and I think my lovely lady friend is on Yahoo probably for a good 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes a day. But I found this instead of her, which is odd. You could share protests through your social media. People do that a lot. It says here, though you may not be able to attend a protest, do share and magnify protests in your area. It's important to know that some protest flyers circulating may not be organized by black organizers or activists. In fact, we've heard in the past about how maybe white supremacists have actually done that. Make sure to vet protest flyers before posting so you do not put others in danger. Generally, it is organized by black-led organizations like the NAACP or by a black organizer. It will be heavily advertised by them and their affiliates. If you are not sure if a protest is black-led, then do not promote it. It involves a little research. anything we do in social media. This is by Anika Nyack, wrote this. Monitor police scanners. I know a lot of people doing that these days. There's some app that allows you to do it where you can monitor what's going on. And it used to be just the nerds had that capability. Just the guys that were totally into the ambulance chasers is what we used to call them. They would invest in a scanner, some kind of like CB type. It could monitor all the radio signals. Ooh, I watched Super 8 the other day, by the way. That kind of reminded me of that movie. J.J. Abrams did that movie. Steven Spielberg produced it, which was interesting because it was an Amblin. Steven Spielberg, that's his company. He did E.T. with that company. It used to be, though, it was all Universal, and he did this movie with Paramount. Steven Spielberg was like a big Universal Studios guy, and for some reason he went to Paramount to do this, but whatever. At any rate, it was, if you watch Super 8 and you've watched any of the Stranger Things shows, oh my gosh, the similarities are amazing. Those Super 8 came out before Stranger Things, and however the alien looks reminiscent of some of the aliens I've seen on Stranger Things. The kids, the way they bicker and how they got their goofy personalities, that's very Stranger Things-esque. I don't know if there were any other affiliations, if there are any connections between the two, Super 8 and Stranger Things, but if you like Stranger Things and you haven't seen Super 8 yet, definitely watch that. But yes, the police scanners now can be on, you can get through the web or through your app that you can find. I guess you just look it up. Government officials, particularly local, state, and federal law enforcement, will use surveillance activity from scanners to identify large demonstrations in the area. Once a crowd's identified, police officers rush to that area. At home, you can monitor these police scanners as we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont today, via mobile apps to alert the protesters in your contact list about police movement. Officers have been seen attacking peaceful protesters with harmful materials such as tear gas and rubber bullets, although I heard something today on my way in about how California is going to ban those only in only allow it like in some situations where the police are actually getting attacked or where other people are being attacked. And then, let's see, it says, well, there's other things in this article I don't necessarily agree with, but oh, this is interesting. Donate to bail funds so that arrested protesters can be released quickly and do not have to spend time in jail, which is especially dangerous given the current pandemic. If you want to help local protesters, make sure you donate to bail funds in your area. The National Bail Fund Network is a directory that is actively updated with local community bail funds and a COVID-19 rapid response fund. Make sure you check the needs of the bail fund before you donate. A lot of bail funds that are full may actually direct donations to other organizations or bail funds. And finally, it ended with contact government officials, demand accountability from your government leaders and local law enforcement. Katy Perry did something like that recently, where she reached out directly to, Mayor Garcetti. Is it Garcetti who's the mayor of? Sorry, Los Angeles. I don't know your mayor right now. It's not like a London thing. That's our mayor over here. Los Angeles mayor is currently Eric Garcetti. There we go. Reached out to him with some ideas to help out. So demand accountability from your government leaders and local law enforcement. They have enacted and approved policies that perpetuate racial injustice and enable if they have done that, wrongful conviction. Search online for the numbers and emails from your local police department to the office of your congressional representatives. If a protester has been wrongfully detained or deeply injured, hold your government representatives accountable. So there you go. As we are outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont. Look who's here. Hi, Mike. It's been Anita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing?
Answer this gruff little player, tell you what.
What?
I'm protesting by sitting on my chair in my house watching the Andy Griffith Show.
Okay. Guess everybody's got their way of doing it. Look who else is here.
Hello, Mike. I make the delicious root beer. Have some right now. Oh, boy.
I'm glad you didn't use your violent language today.
I'll cut you.
Oh, no. All right, I'll drink some right now. Why should we be violent? So anti the violence. Next show, I think we will affiliate ourselves with the Madame Rutabaga Valentino and Bison Bentley. Thank you for listening to episode 2057. I will speak to you soon somewhere on this show, quite possibly. And you can call me at 336MM Daily. 3 + 3 = 6. MM as in Mike Matthews. Daily as in what this podcast tries to be. Occasionally gets interrupted, though. I'm sure you understand. Take it away, A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!